Yellow, 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 yellow. Howdy doody, y'all. What's up, Key? How's it going, everybody? Yeah, volume sounds a little low. There we go. Test, test, test. That sounds better. What's up, y'all? What's up, Big Fluff? Guys, we're working on our second carafe of coffee today. I haven't eaten anything yet, though. I haven't eaten anything. Might have a mid-stream snack. What's up, Jennifer? Water hot and herb is herbing. Love to hear it. What's up, Jason? Love to hear it. It is Thursday, dude. Why is my shit fogged up?
We don't have many guests on. What's up, how old are you?
Hold on.
Oh, yellow. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what do you like about Trump?
He showed me that even if you're a felon, you can get into that office.
Wow.
But the real reasons I like him is for the increase in military spending, the increase in energy production, and just the stock market's at all-time high both times he's been in office.
Every president hits an all-time high with the stock market. It's not really
that's true.
a feat. But yeah, he sabotaged the stock market when he first got on. It's when you say it's all-time high, what you're saying is it's literally where Biden left it. Just now, 6 months
It's
later.
higher. It's higher.
A few points higher.
Yeah, I mean, I check S&P 500, and that's like 200 points higher.
Yeah, I don't know. Biden hit all-time highs too. I don't think that's a reason to like Trump. I think Trump is
It's a
extremely
supporting
problematic,
reason.
man.
It's not the only reason.
All right, what else you got?
The increase in military spending is something I agree with.
We spend like $1 trillion a year. Why more? Why do we need more?
Because China and Russia are planning to take over the world.
You know, Russia's military spending is like 65 billion a year.
Yeah, but China and Russia together, China's got the meat grinder. I mean, Russia's the meat grinder of humans. China's got the technology and the money. Together, they're pretty damn good team.
Yeah, I don't think that they come even close to us. All the next 10 countries put together, we still like have double that. Like when are we gonna be good? When are we gonna be done with like military spending? Because like it's literally insane. It's insane how much we spend, and for you to be like fuck healthcare, fuck poor people, fuck like actually doing something better for our country. Let's just make more pew pews, and then say that you're anti-war.
Okay, so like China, their whole like mission statement is to take us over, and that's every single thing they've been doing the past 20, 30 years is to get there, and they're almost there.
But
They
their
build
economy,
thousands. They're building 1,000 ships to the rate that we can build like 5 ships. They're like drone technology. I mean, they're coming at a faster rate than you'd believe.
well, just
They
don't
just
get it
don't
in my eye.
have cute. But yeah, I mean, I think people should be a little bit more concerned than they are about China's rise and how much they don't like our style of the Western world.
Again, I don't think the military is going to solve that. Their influence, their powers over the economy, like the markets, they're exporters. So
Yeah.
I think if we want to like try to catch up with them, we shouldn't put tariffs on ourselves and fuck up our economy and slow down our GDP growth. And B, I don't think we should piss off all of our allies who we would be calling for help in the event China did something bad. But I think that keeping a friendly relationship with China, considering the fact that you guys say, "Oh, they depend on us," I think that's just I think that's just fine for now. I think we need to instead of provoking our adversaries and just hemorrhaging money with military, we could start focusing on the economy like they do.
Well, I mean, our economy is pretty damn good too, and relying on China probably isn't the best. That's why the tariffs on China, I think, are a positive, because
It's
we
not
don't want to
really
be
going
reliant.
to. It's not really going to do for every economist out there has projected that we just have straight up job losses with all these tariffs, while like a few might sprout up to compete domestically. Other people, companies are going to go out of business, bro. Like this is not ideal for companies to start seeing 30 and 25% tariffs. That's for some people their entire profit margin.
If they're buying from China
Yeah,
and giving our money and sending it to China, which is what we're trying to bring down.
we
So
are
that's
the richest country on earth. We will always be. Hopefully, we will always be consumers, and not just slave laborers. I like that aspect. I don't.
yeah,
I
but
don't. Being a
there's
service economy is just fine with me.
okay, but AI is about to take over all the jobs anyway. So we're really just like this is all minuscule, minor stuff that we're caring about. With a couple job losses here, a couple. AI is taking more jobs than anything,
Yeah,
and they're
so
in.
that's why I would start voting blue because we need to start looking at something like universal basic income, and the Republicans will never do it.
Mm, I wouldn't say never.
Literally never. Pull yourself up by your bootstrap, Republicans.
Yeah, but if unemployment gets to 20-30% because AI is taking everything over, and there's going to be some type of universal basic income. It doesn't matter which party is going to in store
Yeah,
or
we'll
in
see.
the office. That's just what
We'll
I
see. I
believe.
hope Democrats are in office because Republicans are they like taking things away from people. They don't like giving them to people.
I feel like they like to give them to people that deserve it.
They don't. They literally don't ever just give things to people. They take things away.
No, they give
Republicans.
incentives for people to help themselves.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
uh, they give like blacks better wage earnings. They give Hispanic or legal immigrants better
They
wages as
do.
well.
They do that. How do they do
Yeah,
that? What
because
laws do they pass to do that?
they they protect our border and make it safe, and is that?
The border?
Oh, I love how the dog makes your face wiggle. I've never noticed that.
Thank you for the puppy
Um,
kisses. Thank you, Brandon, for the $20. Uh, check out HR 1319. Will do.
so like the impact of illegal immigration on like blue collar wages, it brings all of the legal citizens and legal Americans wages down because they are coming in with broken languages and uh, not and then taking pay cuts under the table so that
You know, they're only like
businesses.
two or 3% of our workforce. Like, I'm not buying this. Like
I
Republicans
mean,
slashing
there's been studies.
regulations and consumer protections and labor protections and labor rights. I think that's worse. Like rolling back child labor laws. I think that's worse.
What child labor laws?
In in for instance, in Florida right now, they're making sure that those poor 15-year-olds can work overnight. They're yearning for it.
I mean, I don't know about that. How many 15-year-olds are working overnight?
None
Uh,
yet.
yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a lot of liberal talking points
14. Sorry, it's 14.
where like something could happen out of one of these propositions of policy, but you know, it feels like it never ends up happening the way that liberals are saying it could happen. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know.
Like,
That's such a cope. Like they're literally doing this in Florida because they kicked all of the migrants out of the state, and they're rolling back child labor laws because their inflation rates, for instance, are still the highest out of any state in the country because they did this.
what's their inflation rate? Do you know? I know there have been multiple studies that show the impact of illegal immigration that they have on
It's
real American
three
wages.
point one.
And
It's the national average is 2.7. They're at 3.1.
okay, it doesn't seem too crazy out of line, but
Last year was like 6.
last year was 6%, so it's gone down 3%. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they're still healing from it, and it happened in like 2022, 2021. Yeah, they're still reeling.
So it happened under Biden.
Yeah, Biden can't control what states do with their laws.
Okay, fair. Gotcha. So it's going down. So they're figuring something out.
They're having a harder
I'd
time
have to
than
look
every
more
other
at that.
state. They're having a harder
Say
time than
what?
every other state. So for you to just be
Florida
like, well,
is.
it's going down, that's not constructive.
I feel like Florida's doing okay. I haven't heard any problems that they're having.
That's one aspect of the undocumented. Think about it. Why do you think Trump went back on deporting people that work farm jobs or work in hospitality? Why do you think he did that?
Because he listened to his people.
Why do you think his people said that?
Because it was starting to hurt.
Oh,
So
so it's good for our economy for them to be here.
in certain industries. I mean, that's what it was about in certain industries, farming, hospitality, right?
Mm-hmm.
And pretty soon AI is going to be taking these jobs.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means. That's not a point for you or me, right? So like, if Trump is going to use these tariffs and we're paying exorbitant taxes to create jobs here, yet we're just eventually not going to be needing jobs anyway. You don't really have a leg to stand on, bro.
No, if we don't need those jobs, or if like those jobs are going to be taken by AI, we don't need the people that came here illegally and broke our immigration laws to be here draining up resources when we've already got
We're literally in
robots.
population decline, bro. We are in population decline, pretty bad too. We need to be at like 2.2 per household or something. We're like 1.6.
1.6 what? I mean,
A
what's that?
reproductive rate. A lot of people are choosing not to have kids.
Not the Hispanics.
It's not supposed to mean. Good.
I'm saying that they are doing it the right way, but we don't like.
So we need them, definitely.
Legal immigrants, I am all for, because
why does it matter? I don't get. You guys are obsessed with people's immigration status. It doesn't do.
You guys don't get that. Like, when you give amnesty and you are like totally cool with all these people breaking our immigration laws, it promotes more people to come here and break our immigration laws.
Not necessarily. And the thing is, what promotes people to break our immigration laws is having no good pathways to citizenship. So if it takes $10,000 in multiple years to come over, and your sister and your mom are being threatened by your local gang to be raped or recruited as a prostitute, I think you would just do it, right? You would just roll out.
If what?
If you're in a country where gangs and poverty and violence have taken over, you don't really wait around.
Right. Okay, I understand, but the reason why people come here is because we have set up a good country where there's respect for rules and laws, and
Okay.
undermining the rule of law.
We literally have a felon president who had 88 indictments.
Yeah, but that was a political witch hunt.
Okay.
I mean, what he paid a prostitute.
No,
I mean,
he
that's the
used
felony
campaign
charge.
finance funds and he lied about the way he used them.
Okay, but like still, that's
He also
that
tried to
shouldn't.
steal the election. He put in fake slates of electors in 7 different swing states, and that's why he was trying to force
All
Mike
right,
Pence to pause certification of the election. And then
all
he
right.
also
Well,
had
that's
classified
a
documents in
better
Mar-a-Lago.
claim. No, that's a better claim. The whole January 6th thing was crazy. I'll agree with you there. When that happened, I was like,
And then
what
he
the
pardoned
hell
all
is
of them.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
not a country of law and order, is it?
no, it's not. I mean, but I'm not the biggest fan of Donald Trump personally, but I am just believe in like conservative values, and he is the medium towards. I mean, that's just the position all these conservatives are put. I don't. Most of the Republican Party doesn't like Trump personally, but they know that he's the only medium that can push the values forward at the current moment, and they know that he's not going to live forever. He's not going to be here forever.
I know y'all are using him as a Trojan to pass all of these crazy Project 2025 laws. Yeah, I know.
I mean, which ones are crazy?
I don't know. We can talk about USAID. We can talk about defunding that. We can talk about being up Israel's ass unconditionally. We can talk about shutting down pro-Palestinian protests. We can
I
talk about
mean,
anti-abortion laws. We can talk about also
you
they've
guys
done.
are up Israel's ass too.
Now, dude, you get literally Netanyahu proposed Trump get a Nobel Peace Prize for bombing somebody.
I understand, but my best friend is Muslim, and he says the same. Like Biden and Kamala Harris didn't do anything to stop Israel either. So both of
We
them were doing the
absolutely
same
did
crap.
far more. We absolutely did. We withheld aid. We withheld weapons, and we asked them for plans to know that they're not just indiscriminately bombing everything. Trump just said, "Hey, get it all over with. Whatever you need. Let's get it over. Let's get it done over. Let's get it. Let's release
No,
that AI video of Trump Gaza."
no. Just the other day, didn't he just tell Israel to stop and he turned around some missiles or something like that?
I don't
So
know.
like both
I don't know.
that I mean I
Trump's over there
that
bombing
did
people.
happen.
I don't. You really don't have a leg to stand on there, dude.
Trump's not bombing. Yeah, Trump's not bombing.
Trump,
Netanyahu is.
Trump absolutely did bomb Iran, dude.
Well, yeah, Iran, who if they have nuclear weapons, they're who
They don't have
almost
nuclear
everybody.
weapons. They had enriched uranium because Trump let them.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people on both sides of the aisle that does not think it's appropriate for them to have the enriched uranium.
Yeah, well,
So
of course, and that's why they were in the they were in the Iran nuclear deal, and we were able to monitor them until Trump pulled us out of that, thinking he could do a better deal, and his deal turns out to be just bombing them.
yeah, I mean, I'm not as versed on the foreign policy stuff. So I think there's a lot more nuance than is being let on. But I agree with having a strong military. I agree with peace through strength. I believe in expanding our energy force so we don't have to rely on other countries for energy.
Dude,
That was
that is
done
silly.
under Trump.
First of all, Biden was the most energy independent president we've had in 70 years,
And,
right?
and that's like the most misunderstood element of this whole thing that you guys keep pushing is
Why?
that Biden was anti-energy. He was
What?
forced. Yeah. He was this everything, all the permits that he signed were under leases that Trump negotiated, and he tried to stop signing the permits, and then
Biden even included fracking in the Inflation Reduction Act. What are you talking about, dude?
he paused all drilling like the day he got into office, and
No, he
then he
didn't.
didn't want to sign these permits. Yes, he did.
There was a 6-month pause, but he still
It was
drilled more than
indefinite
Trump
pause.
every month of his administration after that.
Because of things that Trump put in place for him to drill.
So
And he
he
tried to
wasn't
stop it.
anti-energy.
Did I say he was anti-energy?
Yeah, yes.
Well, the fact that he was pausing all of our drilling and he tried to pause the liquefied natural
He
gas
didn't pause
export
all of our drilling. It went from like
on federal
11,000 to
land.
like 10,000 barrels a day, dude, or 10 million barrels a day.
He
He
paused
didn't pause
all
all of
drilling.
it. No, he didn't. I've literally looked at the numbers a million times on the EIA. He never paused all drilling. That is insane.
Okay, well, just
We never
Google it.
went below 10 million barrels a day, which is more than Trump. Trump was at
Maybe it was
8,800.
new drilling.
Who cares? We were still drilling. We're producing oil.
He put pause on all the new leasing on public lands and waters.
Yeah, and we still had plenty of leases to go around, not on public lands. God
Yeah,
forbid.
but all those leases were Trump's leases that were
He still signed the permits. He still signed leases. He signed record amount of
because
leases.
he was forced to by judges.
By judge. Okay, but then Biden didn't do anything to hurt the production of oil.
Yeah, he paused all of the
For
the
6
permits.
months.
No, he wanted to pause it indefinitely. The judges made him sign it because
Okay, so
it
it was only 6 months, is what I said, right?
because the judges said he was doing this
Okay.
illegally and forced him to sign them.
Okay, and I first of all, I've never even seen or heard of that. But second of all, Biden is
Look it up,
also
'cause that's
also the
absolutely
only
true.
president to invest in alternative energies, which also makes fuel prices go down. So investing in solar and wind, the things that Trump thinks gives whales fucking cancer. He invested in that, and Trump yanked his subsidies away immediately as soon as he came into presidency. And it also made people in Louisiana or Alabama made their fucking electricity bills skyrocket like $100.
Biden announced a permanent ban on new oil and gas drilling across vast areas of the U.S. coastal waters.
Yeah, on the
These are-
waters. In the 2024.
No, it was like the day he got into office.
No, you're talking about the coastal waters or 2024 on his way out.
All right. Future. I mean, the amount of acres that Trump leased was like over his term was like 5 million.
Dude,
The
first of all,
amount of acre.
oil's going to do whatever it's going to do, bro. We do not own any oil companies other than the ones we use to drill for our oil for our military. That's the only national oil industry we have. Everything else is the market, right? So if somebody thinks it's going to be profitable to drill oil, they're going to fucking drill oil, all right? And if there's too much oil in the market, people go broke. So if you overproduce oil and it goes below $63 a barrel, people start losing money. It's a very fickle market, and for you to just be like, there's a button that the president pushes to drill more oil, it's stupid. It's like fifth grader
I didn't
thinking.
say there was a button, but before Trump, we were reliant on other countries for our energy.
But, dude, Biden did the same thing. We were less reliant on other countries than Trump, than any time in Trump's presidency. 70-year high of energy independence, thanks to Biden.
No, it's thanks to Trump. That is crazy take that you're telling me right now.
Biden was in charge. That happened under Biden.
No, it happened under Trump.
No, the 70-year high was under Biden.
We became energy independent in 2019 under Trump.
Yeah, and under Biden, we had a 70-year high.
Because of it takes time for Trump's leases and permits to take effect because you don't just sign the lease and all of a sudden you're just drilling oil that day. It takes time to build the oil structures and start drilling. So all the oil that Biden was drilling was because of Trump.
Biden outpaced Trump multiple years of his presidency. So he signed approved 6,400 permits for oil and gas drilling on public lands in the first 2 years, outpacing Trump's 6,100 drilling permits in his first 2 years.
Trump's permits that he signed that were waiting.
How did Biden approve Trump's permits?
Because there was 6,000 permits waiting to be signed on the day Biden took office. Those were all Trump's permits.
This is in 2023, bro.
Brother, okay, Biden signed what? He signed like a total of 9,000, right? Something like that. Is that right? 9 or 10,000. There were 6,500 permits waiting to be signed on his desk the day he got into office. That means he could have only signed 3,500 on his own.
So who cares? Who cares? Biden signed all the permits. Biden approved it. He thumbs up. For you to be like, oh well, Biden didn't care. He reduced energy efforts. That's untrue. Biden didn't
because he
skip a
tried
beat.
to, and then they said he was doing it illegally, and he was mandated by the judicial system to sign them. If he had his way, he would not have signed them.
All right, you're gonna have to prove that to me.
Well, look up Biden. Hold on, I will. Okay, I got one for. Yeah, I got an article you can look up.
So temporary halts were overturned early in his term. It was challenged by 7 Republican-led states. Federal judge of Louisiana issued a nationwide preliminary injunction ordering administration to resume list lease sales.
Yes, sir.
And that's it. But it was temporary already.
Okay, so
And that's
Google
it.
this.
That was the first 6 months of his administration. For you to sit here and claim that Biden was
was
like
the first day he
anti-drilling
got
and his
into
hands were
office he did
tied
that.
and that he absolutely just had to sign these permits is not true.
You just said that they forced him. They mandated him. They mandated him to resume the leases.
His temporary
signing the
halts.
permits,
Yes, his temporary halts. 6 months into his
which
administration.
slowed down our energy process. If
Literally
you're
barely
halting,
any, dude. Have you looked at the numbers?
because he was forced to start signing them again. That's why it was.
So
barely.
at no point can you say Biden raised energy prices. You're saying the courts saved us, right?
The court saved us. You damn
Okay,
right.
so you have nothing. You have nothing to blame Biden on. There's nothing that he did that actually went through that was bad.
But
Here are
to
the numbers,
say that,
bro.
I understand, but Trump, those
2021.
are all Trump's permits and leases.
This was his
That's
fault.
why Biden
Look,
was drilling more oil.
Look, Biden was. There's 2 steps to it. There's an approval process for Biden, right? Biden approved it. You can't say that judges required Biden to sign all of the leases that he did. No,
you just read it that
no,
he did.
they reversed his pause.
Okay, I got a source for you. If you just
Sure, but let's read this. Let's see the lowest it ever went from Trump. Trump left us at 11.1 million barrels per day. It dipped down to 9.9, and then we were back to 11.3, 11.5, and this was the 6 months that we're talking about. And then it resumed back to normal, 11.4, 12, 13, 13.4. Biden drilled more every year of his presidency, and if he even stopped the last year, and he still would have outpaced Trump.
Okay, well, that's all of that is just very misleading, because you're not understanding like what happened to have that be in effect. So just Google this, please. Why Biden's oil drilling permits surge is not what it seems. It's from the energyindepth.org.
Okay. Suggesting, and this was in 2024, is granted 50% more oil and gas drilling permits than federal compared to Trump administration have been circulating in the media. While the data is accurate, it's a lot more complex. A closer look at 2023 data reveals that many of the permits approved by the Biden administration were granted on land that was leased during the Trump administration. So Biden just let them do permits on land that was leased. It doesn't even show. It doesn't even mean that Trump.
See that little graph below? Start reading the first paragraph underneath of it.
Right before Biden took office, a total of 6,000 applications for permits to drill were pending approval. So Biden approved them. They weren't approved by Trump.
Yes, he was mandated to sign these things.
He was mandated?
Yeah.
Where does it say that?
Hold on. Well, if you keep going down a little bit, it says, in part due to the massive slowdown in leasing under the Biden administration, the BLM had received a paltry 452 new permit applications by 2023. 452 compared to thousands and thousands.
Yeah,
one of Biden's first moves upon taking office was pausing lease sales, resulting in a number of leases for development on federal land slowing down significantly during the Biden administration compared to previous administrations.
But we still outpaced drilling. We don't need more sales. We don't need more land. We outpaced drilling. We had plenty of places to drill. There's tons of lands. There's tons of leases where they still don't drill. They're just sitting there.
The Biden administration pace of oil and gas leasing isn't just slow, it's the slowest in half a century. A Wall Street Journal analysis of federal acres land for oil and gas production over the past 50 years revealed that Biden administration has a historic low of 0.13 million acres during the first 19 months compared to 4.4 million acres.
Approving leases does not equal more drilling, though. We don't need to approve more leases. We have tons of leases.
It's just, it all points to the same thing, that Trump was more pro-energy.
It does not. Trump is cutting fucking subsidies to energy companies. He is doing things for big oil so that they can make the most profit possible. He is not for pro energy altogether. He wants to cut the Inflation Reduction Act. He wants to cut the fucking Chips and Science Act. He wants to cut all of the efforts that are subsidizing energy. He's just a fucking sucker. He's a fucking pundit for oil.
Okay,
have you not
yeah.
heard the shit that he spews? He doesn't even
Yeah,
believe in
but
climate change.
us being not dependent on other countries for oil is a good thing.
Yeah, but you're just
That way
literally two brain cells rubbing like we were
No.
doing fine. Biden was not working against anybody in that
Do you not
effort.
see what he's doing with these tariffs, and then he's doing these deals? You know what's happening in these deals? He's getting other countries to start buying their oil from us. So that's why we're drilling more. He's increasing
stuff.
our economy.
Good stuff.
What?
Good
I
stuff.
mean,
I guess I would love to see an actual deal signed that does that. That we don't have one yet, do we?
Yes, we do.
From who?
I mean, I have to look it up, but I know that first of all, the UK deal had that in it. I believe Japan has that in it.
UK environmental deal, the trade deal. Oil. Nope.
Yep, here it is right here. On July 24, 2025, the U.S. and Japan finalized a substantial trade agreement. One of the key elements excludes energy.
It says what?
Energy. It says energy collaboration. The agreement includes plans for a joint U.S.-Japan liquefied natural gas venture in Alaska aimed at expanding U.S. energy exports to Japan.
So yeah, liquefied natural gas, not oil.
But Trump's doing the same thing with that as well. That's the shale boom and liquefied natural gas.
You said oil. We were talking about oil this whole time.
Right, but I'm saying energy. I've been saying energy as well.
Okay. Still, Biden did not do anything besides bolster efforts to invest in alternative energies. He let oil run free. He let oil do whatever the fuck they want. We drilled more than anybody else on Earth, regardless who signed the leases. Biden signed the permits, bro. He signed the permits. He allowed it. He personally said yes. And for you to say judges made him do that is not true. They reversed his pause.
Yes.
They reversed his pause. That's it.
I mean, no, I get like, I think you should, I wish you guys would just concede the point on this. And I will concede that like Trump needs to get better on having alternative energy. And I think Biden did a better job at that. But I do have to go because my kid's waking up.
All right, bro. Take it easy, man.
All right. Yeah, you too. Bye.
Chat, tap the screen. Let's get to 100K. Let's get some more people in here. If you're a Trump supporter, hop in the box. If you're not a Trump supporter, get out of my box. Yellow.
What's up?
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, that guy was really dense, but I voted for Trump twice now, and let me just say I don't regret it a single minute.
Cool. What do you like about Trump?
I like that he, for starters, it believes in a tariff regime. Tariffs are essential, in my opinion, to creating a strong America First economy. There's a lot of historical analysis and historical instances where tariffs did exactly that and created U.S. economic growth.
In a developed economy?
Yeah. Well, specifically to develop our economy. And in this case, it would be to further develop our economy.
When was that?
Into one of ourselves. The foundation of our country, Alexander Hamilton.
So not in a developed economy?
No, I said to develop an economy. I clarified.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Trump also hates niggers just like me.
Can't debate that. Yellow?
Hello. Yo, what's up, man?
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
I'm gonna be honest, I know it says debate me, but I used to Trump. I'm not gonna say I completely hate him, and I just want to speak my thoughts. He's not releasing the Epstein files because he loves Israel, and they definitely have held this stuff accountable.
or because he's in them.
Hello.
Hello, are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, I hate niggers and Heil Hitler.
Checks out. Yellow.
I hate niggers. I hate niggers.
Yep. Chat, tap the screen if you enjoy these debates. Give me a follow. TikTok shop is the best, chat. They're literally trying to get back in the box. What are you thinking? What's wrong with you? It's not easy for me to block them from here. If you're here, if you see them, block them. Thank you. Why are they back in the box? What the fuck, chat? Chat, if you're a Trump supporter and you want to debate, hop in the box. Come tell me why you like Trump. I might turn on the YouTube phone here in a second. If we don't get any debates soon. What happened yesterday? Oh, I got nanted. I got bananaed twice. So I took off. It's crazy that people come up here and say that, but then like I'm just chilling, talking, and being the nicest person on the internet, and I get banned. All right, guys, we'll turn on the phone number. Give me a sec. Let me see the phone numbers. Dude, if you guys actually think the Obama stuff's going anywhere, you guys are funny. The most obvious distraction from the Island Man files. All right, guys, the phone number's on the screen. If you want to call, Claiborne's in the box. If y'all want to call, give me a phone call, and I will be able to chat with you through Google Voice. Also, guys, get some shares. Get some shares on there. If you click the link, I think you can like repost it. Thank you guys. Did I beat Dune? No. I don't think you can actually beat Dune. It's an MMORPG. How many Democrats do you think on that list? Probably a couple. At least they're not the ones in power, though. It's all of them. Oh. Yellow, is this a Trump supporter?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, what do you like about Trump?
I like that Trump hates niggers and believes Hitler should.
Oh. Wow. Pickles made us watch anime. Did you guys not like it? We watched Princess Mononoke last night. Block that number. They star 69 or whatever. Yeah, Princess Mononoke is good, dude. Fire. Yellow, is this a Trump supporter?
Sure is.
What do you like about Trump?
Well, I really like the abortion laws that he's putting into place.
I didn't know he was doing anything about that.
Yeah, he is actually putting a complete ban on abortion, from what I understand. Other than, I think for right now, rape babies and I think incest, I think is currently still not banned. But for the most part, he's completely pro-life, and I really admire that about him. I think that babies are babies, and they can't make their own choices, so we need to have people who can make choices for them, if that makes sense, because they are living and they are human.
I don't think he's passing anything in that regard. But yeah, so I would debate you on the fact that I do not give things that cannot deploy consciousness. I do not give them moral consideration. I also believe that women should be able to employ self-defense if they do not want to shove an 8-pound bowling ball out of one of their orifices. They should be able to opt out.
I see. So first off, I actually I found another guy yesterday or a couple days ago, I don't remember, who was also doing debates for Trump supporters, and he was actually really disrespectful. So from after listening to you, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to debate this guy because he seems a lot more respectful than some of the other people that I've seen. So first off, thank
Appreciate
you
you.
for being respectful.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. So so you do not believe that people without consciousness can make, or I'm sorry, restate your question again.
I don't
I
think
don't
that
really remember what
I,
you said.
I I don't give moral consideration to things that cannot deploy consciousness. So if somebody's in a coma, I still give them moral consideration. They can wake up and deploy consciousness. If a baby is, or if a fetus is not developed enough to actually have sentience and deploy consciousness and experience things like harm or a negative experience, I
Well,
don't really care.
it can feel harm. I
N-
mean,
Not until 23
it
weeks.
well, I mean, still, it can still feel harm. It's a beating heart.
That's
You can
just
stop a beating heart.
that's just like a I think that's just an appeal to emotion. So like if you have this idea in your head of like a heart, and it's like moving, and you're like, oh, that's human. I have some sort of feeling about that. I don't really care about a heart moving or an organ moving. I care about
Well, a
somebody
heart
experiencing
is,
something negative.
I see. So a heart is what pumps blood through the body, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
So if the heart is pumping and the heart is working, that means there's blood being pumped throughout the fetus, and therefore it's life.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about cellular life. I don't like
So,
the I
but
can
you're a big clump of cells.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like and so like I can scratch my skin right now and remove some skulls, some human DNA for myself, and
Yeah.
I don't have any feelings
You
around
can
that.
do the same thing with a baby. I mean, or a fetus.
Yeah, so I would care about a fetus that would have negative experience, but like again, like I said, like I have human DNA. I can scratch skin right off of my arm. I don't really have any feelings about that dying. I don't really care. Uh, so I don't have any sort of weird superstitious beliefs surrounding fetuses that don't have actual thoughts or experiences.
Okay. So, but the thing is with that, and I kind of understand what you're saying. So, the thing with that is it will eventually gain moral consciousness. And because of that, it doesn't have moral consciousness or any power to say, I don't want to be aborted. So, with that being said, it will have a conscience. So, we, meaning pro life people like myself, need to stand up for those who can't think for themselves. Because
Yeah.
eventually, those fetuses will grow and they will become sentient. They will have consciousness, and they will have their life.
Do you, do you think that do you believe in 2A? Are you a 2A pro 2A?
What do you mean?
Do you like guns?
Oh yes, definitely.
If somebody barges into your house, should you be able to unalive them?
I think that if somebody barges into my house unannounced with intentions to kill me or my family
Mm-hmm.
or
What if
anything
they
else
just wanted
they
to
would
hurt
like
you?
to propose harm, well, then that would be self-defense, and that is
Yeah.
completely legal.
Okay. So what about a woman who doesn't want a baby to create a giant 8-inch hole in their vaginal canal?
So, first of all, what instance are you talking about? So, let's say, um, I guess, let's say it's a rape baby, okay?
Okay.
So, actually, I don't know. That's kind of a completely different conversation, I guess. Let's just say it's a baby that maybe you had a one night stand, right? And there's a baby. So you're saying, what if the mother doesn't want to have that baby, right?
Sure.
Or what if
Yeah.
the mother doesn't
Yeah,
want to
I
have?
don't. The
Yeah.
mother doesn't want to share her resources. Doesn't want to walk around and do free labor for 9 months. Doesn't want to go through pain. Doesn't want to risk her life and her mental well-being for the foreseeable
How would that risk
future
her
or the
life?
friend. Giving birth is very. Do you know what infant mortality rate is? We have the highest
Oh yeah,
in the
it's
developed world. We have the highest infant mortality rate in the developed world, especially in Texas, and especially for women of color. So if you're taking
what
away
if
health care access to, for these women, it's going to go up even more.
okay, well, most people in the United States, which is what we're talking about, have health care, and if they don't, it's probably because they're homeless or something similar.
No, I'm talking about
So
their access to an abortion, bro.
okay, so it still doesn't change my mind. I still believe that at the end of the day, it's it's still going to be a living thing. It's always a living thing from conception.
Yeah, I
As
don't really
soon as the
value
sperm.
like I don't value ants. I don't value things like that can't really think for
Okay, okay.
themselves, right?
So then you don't think. Okay, so you don't believe that. Um. Hmm. Okay, so what about a bacteria? A bacteria can make its own decisions, I guess. Bacteria can choose to walk away from. Hold on, I'm trying to think of something. I have it in my mind. I just
Bacteria, I
can't
don't
think
think
of the word.
bacteria is not sentient.
No, but bacteria is living.
Yeah, and
It's
that's a point for me. Yeah, that's one living thing I don't care about. I don't give living things moral consideration just based on the fact that they're living and they reproduce cells. I don't really care
so
about
then
that.
do you give something, do you give another human that? Do you think of another human as something living? Do you care about them?
Yeah, somebody who
Like,
has a
let's
conscious
say, like,
experience. Yeah,
how old are you? I'm sorry, if that's personal.
36.
36. Okay, so then do you have a wife or a girlfriend?
No.
Okay, so if you do have a significant other, they're living and they do have a moral consciousness, but you do care about, well, you would care about them, right?
Yeah. Listen, somebody paid to kick you. You're welcome to call back in tomorrow, okay? It was good talking to you.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Awesome. Yep, have a good one.
You too. W's in the chat for Trisha. Thank you for the kick. Yeah, I don't consider myself a great debater when it comes to pro-choice, but I felt like I was doing just fine there. I don't think that guy was an experienced debater, which is okay. Hello?
Hey, I just wanted to pop up for half a second. I know you're only looking for opposition. I've talked to you before. I'm a former psychotherapist. I just wanted to chime in super fast on the AB thing. And I didn't know if you wanted to hear from me because I know you're really looking for opposition.
I'll
But
let you go ahead.
being okay, super. I'll be super fast. In general, just the arguments that the gentleman was presenting were ludicrous, and I don't think he understood the idea of sentience being a meaningful objective experience, and the fact that a clump of cells that we're willing to discard perhaps other than the alternative is bringing children. Again, it is a psychotherapist dealing in DV and trauma my entire career. I see the effects of this: children being brought into poverty and being brought into abuse, being brought into relationships where the child is not wanted. 120,000 plus women have given birth to their assaulters' babies at this point. It's probably higher by now, since the reversal of Roe v. Wade. And with that case, yeah, exactly. And those children are either resented or perhaps not brought into the places where they're getting enough services. And then the Republicans with their BBB bill, et cetera, are pulling services. Yeah, defunding all of these things. So I just wanted to pop up, and I was hoping to get up with that gentleman, but I'll let you get on to your next person. I've told you before, Pickles, you're my favorite content creator.
Thank you.
I think you rock, and I'll let you move on.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. Thank you. And thank you
You're
for
awesome. Yeah.
that. Have a good one.
Yeah. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Will do. Guys, I love compliments coming from like educated people. That feels good. From qualified people. Makes me feel good inside. All right, chat. If you're a Trump supporter, hop in the box. Come tell me why you like Trump. And I'm going to turn the phone line on, back on. If you guys want to call in, you're welcome to call in. Even if it's just to say the N-word. If you got to get it out, if it's been a while since your last Trump rally, you got to get it out, I guess do it, dude. I guess go for it. Someone said F you. I guess it really struck a chord there. Women therapists, yeah. I always prefer a woman therapist too. I'm a rocket scientist and I like you. Denise, you're not a rocket scientist, are you? Trish, thank you so much for the gifted. I think I missed some gifted subs earlier. Guys, we're kind of low on my sub goal. 500 out of 600. We were close to 600 at one point. If you guys want to immediately become awesome as fuck, you can become a subscriber. It's $2 a month, $3 a month. And it helps me pay my bills and feed this little shit machine right here. Wherever she is. I'm an astronaut and I like you. Thank you. I am streaming satellite to the International Space Station. I'm a fishing guy and I like you. Hell yeah. Guys, the phone line is back on. If you guys want to debate, you call this phone number right here. I'm a piper and I like you. Oh, a puppet. I appeal to everybody, guys. Appeal to all the demographics. Am I always calm? There's been a few times I've been heated, but yeah, I'm kind of chill. Yellow. Hello, is this a Trump supporter? Yellow.
Yep.
Is this
the Trump sucks debate me guy?
Yeah, are you? Yeah. What do you like about Trump?
Oh, pretty easy. The economy. He has very great economic policies, and I'd like to talk about that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. What do you think about him exploding the deficit and the debt by 2.3 to $5 trillion after saying he was going to be the one paying off our debt.
An interesting claim. I was thinking, well, I can respond to that. I'll just have to look it up. But I was thinking more in terms of the GDP, among inflation, among other things. But we can't discuss national debt.
Okay. Yeah. So the GDP was expected to grow by 4% this last quarter, and with Trump's tariffs in place, it only grew by 2%. I think that Trump's tariffs are a disaster and just a tax on the middle and lower class. I don't think they're going to be netting more domestic jobs than they reduce. From all of the economist standpoint, from like Tax Foundation to ITEP, everyone sees nothing but negative job growth. Negative 500,000 jobs, I believe, is what we're looking at with the tariffs that are in place right now. Possibly more, because that doesn't account for the 10% tariffs on all of the other countries.
So, 2025. All right, let's see. I'll jump to science. So, well, interesting claim. So, what exactly are your sources for that?
So one would be the Tax Foundation. If you just type Tax Foundation into Google and type Trump's tariffs, you'll see there's one for the 2019 tariffs and there's one for the 2025 tariffs. And the 2019 tariffs show that we lost 147,000 jobs in his first swing at this, and this time around we're looking at 500 something thousand.
Tax Foundation. All right. So, are those federal government jobs specifically?
No, those are jobs in the industries that they affect. So, for instance, when Trump put tariffs on steel last time, we saw for every 1,000 jobs created, there were 75,000 jobs lost.
Well, I wasn't trying to discuss Trump's first term specifically. I'm not exactly as well versed on that one, but yeah, the latest information as of this month is second term.
Yeah, inflation's going up. We just went from 2.4 to 2.7. The Fed, Jerome Powell just announced today we're expected to see more of this turbulence in the coming months. For everybody cheering on these tariffs and saying that they haven't risen prices yet, Jerome Powell says that this will be happening very turbulently over the next few months. Bubbles will start to pop. People will start to raise prices. They're basically holding the line right now and trying to see who breaks first, and whoever raises their prices first will lose business first and go under or whatever. So larger companies are trying to withstand this and see the smaller companies go under first.
All right, hold on. As for inflation, 2.7%. Okay, that has risen slightly, but if you actually, well, of course you've looked at the numbers, but inflation was, well, even as it decreased in 2024 under Biden's presidency, it was well over 3%. And at 2.7%, that's still lower than during Biden's presidency. So it's still a net positive for the country.
Yeah, I think that what you're looking at, like, we have to weigh what happened under Biden's presidency with COVID. So for us to say, oh, all of this inflation is because of Biden, I think is crazy, considering we had
I didn't say that.
Well,
I didn't say that.
Well, I'll just finish my thought. We had the best rebound from COVID out of every country on Earth. So I don't see how Biden would both be responsible for inflation and responsible for the bounce back faster than anyone else at the same time. I think that's contradictory or hypocritical. But I think that everything that he did, every bill that he passed, did things for the economy that created jobs, that created market growth and demand, and created investment in manufacturing here in the United States. Trump has done nothing but throw up a bunch of taxes and shifted taxes away from rich people into the middle and lower class with tariffs.
Sure. But did you know that, okay, all right, before I say anything about tariffs, I mean, so you said, well, I was talking about 2024. but since we're talking about COVID, well, obviously inflation was at 9% in 2022 alone, a
2023.
massive
Yeah.
historical spike.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously there was bounce back, but it slowed down during Biden's presidency. I'm not knocking him for that, but it has I wouldn't say dramatically, but it has decreased under Trump's presidency. I wouldn't say Biden is entirely responsible for the inflation, but his obviously his what was it? I mean, a lot of his bills, well, obviously energy policies and policies relating to COVID relief that caused a massive hike in inflation.
I
That
would
we're
I would
seeing.
I would
And
beg to differ. There's not too many people like an economist is saying like Larry Summers that says this, but the thing is we run a fiat currency, right? And the benefit of having fiat currency is being able to print your way out of a recession. And Biden oversaw the recession in the '08 like housing market crash, and he saw a missed opportunity. Their economists showed that if they were to injected more money into the economy and did more stimulus checks, that they missed out on growth in the market. So having experience in that, Biden injected more money into the economy and gave us an even faster bounce back. But it was a calculated thing. When you do this, it was something like 2% inflation is what comes from that stimulus bill in conjunction with Trump's money printing. Trump printed like $5 trillion. But there's a calculated like inflation that comes with that. But we evaded a like 10-year recession because of the way we did this.
Interesting. Well, since you shifted, I'm not going to say shifted, but since you're bringing up the topic of printing money as a way to combat inflation or,
Combat recession.
Combat recession. Did you know, well, obviously you know that Trump signed the Genius Act, which I don't have the full details of this, full understanding, but from what I know is that it will make the U.S. dollar more accessible and more, obviously easier to use in terms of the international market, and it is expected to
Because of Trump's tariffs, the U.S. dollar has dropped in value by like I think 11% since he came in and started doing his tariff shit. So I don't know. Hopefully, maybe that works. But yeah, he's fucked that up already. So I don't give him any points for that. We also have other countries threatening to sell bonds. Like Japan sold 5% of their what is it called? Their federal bonds. They sold like 5%, which almost made the dollar crash because of Trump fucking around with people with tariffs.
The dollar crashed?
It almost did, yeah.
But sure. I mean, you can honestly criticize his handling of the economy this term. You can, but as we see, it's had massive growth. Specifically, obviously, recently there's been, and in May there was an economic boom after many in the media, and many people were concerned about
the jobs numbers was really
recession.
the jobs numbers was not good at all. It was like 174,000 jobs with 4.2% unemployment. The GDP didn't grow very much. We instead of 4% we hit 2. I don't think that's true. And Kamala even called this. She said we're going to hit a recession in the middle of this year if Trump wins. And here we are.
GDP. I just had it. Well, from what the GDP has, hold on. I'm not going to make any claims about that, but specifically in terms of more economic policies that benefit us, I mean, core inflation is in fact at a 4-year low when it comes to, what is it, grocery prices, retail sales, other gas prices, the main things that Americans are worried about that they did vote in Trump for. Some things have gone up, but those are specific um, goods and services. But overall, people are benefiting from his, even I would say, his tariff. But
I don't know
tariff.
anybody who's like benefiting really well. Like Trump is using us. He's threatening other countries to put more taxes on us. He's using us as pawns. So you and I are footing the bill for whatever Trump is fucking around doing out there. I don't know. He said day one he's going to lower grocery prices. What does he do? He puts taxes on everything. Day one he's going to stop the war in Ukraine. What is he doing? He's funding it again. Same thing with Israel bombing Iran, threatening to take over Greenland, threatening to take over the Panama Canal. It's been an actual disaster and a never-ending news cycle, like a 24-hour news cycle every day since Trump has been in office. He has done the most abhorrent, crazy shit on a daily basis than could ever have imagined.
Well, I mean, of course that's surprising coming off of 4 years of a health cover up of a president that was barely cognitive, respectfully. But I mean,
I would debate that Biden is more cognitive than Trump. I think that you guys are so lost in the sauce. You know, Trump like talks about nuking hurricanes, right? Like he talks about the late great Hannibal Lecter endorsing him. He talks about fucking sharks and batteries. He talks about batteries going or magnets going poof underwater. About airports in the Revolutionary War. He's absolutely lost his fucking marbles. Talks about lumberjacks and fusing copper and glass.
You don't think those are obvious jokes as he usually does? I mean, Trump is a bit of a troll, if we're being honest.
No, I think he's an absolute buffoon.
He says inflammatory things just to get a rise.
These aren't inflammatory things. These are things that show how stupid he is. Do magnets go poof underwater, bro?
Obviously not. But the guy, he says comedic things. I mean, a lot of those things. When I watch some of those clips, they say are proof of him being not cognitive. I think he's clearly being sarcastic in some way. He's not being serious.
I don't know. We have Trump on the world stage with a microphone in very important speeches, talking about lumberjacks, talking about drones circling trees and setting on fire. Like, he is incoherent and he is a buffoon and he's profoundly stupid. In my opinion, I mean, and I think in everybody's opinion, where there's Pew Research just released a poll where the world vehemently has no confidence in Trump. The whole world, besides Hungary, which is authoritarian dictatorship, Israel, which is the same thing, and like Russia. Everybody else, bad numbers for Trump. They think he's very stupid.
Sure, probably. I mean, that's kind of up for interpretation. I mean, honestly, we're not here to debate what world leaders think about our country, but I mean, they think he's stupid. He was already pretty successful in his first term. Since we keep bringing up foreign policy, he
got laughed out of an event by Macron and Trudeau. He left the summit once early because they were laughing at him.
Well, these are people who suppress free speech in their own countries. Why would we care that they're laughing at them?
Dog, Trump literally just defunded PBS, NPR. He sued CBS. He calls certain news stations illegal. He's literally using the FCC to harass the mass media stations. Approving mergers, making people fire late night show hosts because they don't like them.
Not true. You're talking about Stephen Colbert.
Yeah.
Specifically, even anonymous sources have admitted that it was a purely financial decision. Obviously, it could have been influenced, but
even Trump on his Truth Social said Jimmy Kimmel should be next.
I mean, honestly, when they talk 10 years straight of absolute slander, I mean, of course the guy doesn't like
to the most, you admit it yourself that Trump is the most inflammatory person with a microphone that's ever walked the earth. You
I
don't
never
think
said
he's
that.
putting a target on
I
his
said
back,
he
dude?
says, I said he says inflammatory things get a rise out of the liberal media. I didn't say he's the most
Okay,
inflammatory
well he is. That's
speaker
my opinion.
ever.
I mean, saying things like they're eating the dogs and the cats, saying things like Kamala is not black, she just turned black. I think he's a fucking joke. Nobody thinks that's
All right,
something worth
that's kind
debating today.
that's indefensible. That's indefensible. But you're taking a lot of these things out of context and just throwing them out there. I
What
mean,
context would be okay for him to say that about her, dude?
I just said that was indefensible. I'm talking about other things that you mentioned, such as like the many supposed gaffes that he's had, over the past year as a candidate and now as president. It's like, you know, you can't just take everything at face value. I mean, I don't even do that about the Democrats who who
The thing is,
um
Trump needs an interpreter. Trump says so many crazy, bombastic things that I have to argue with people all day about what he really means. He's such a bad communicator that he needs a translator. He needs you all to translate for him. Be like, this is what he meant. This is what I think. This is the grace I'm giving him when he says they're poisoning the blood of the country. This is what he really meant. He's talking about Democrats.
well,
No,
I
he's
mean,
talking about migrants. He's talking about migrants at that point. Poisoning the blood of the country.
you said migrants or Democrats? Which one is it?
Migrants.
Migrants. Well, I mean, compared to American citizens, they don't. Obviously, they contribute, some of them, but
Are they
at least
poisoning the blood of the country?
well, obviously that's a metaphorical hyperbolic statement. I mean, poison the blood of the country. Again, that's another statement that's like, what's the context for that? That doesn't even make sense on its own. And you're gonna say, oh well, gotcha, exactly. But here's the thing, we can't judge a president simply on his rhetoric, simply only on his rhetoric. I think that's dangerous and destructive.
It's literally quoting Hitler when he said that. For you to excuse
He was
him, be like,
quoting.
this is not a big deal. For you guys to get crazy, you guys go crazy when he says these things, and you're just misinterpreting him. It's literally a Hitler quote, bro.
A Hitler quote.
Yeah.
Well, what speech did Hitler say something like that? Poison the blood of
You know
our
what?
country. I
You know
mean,
what's interesting?
I'm sure plenty of people said that.
Did you know that
Yeah.
him and Marla, when they had a divorce, and there actually it was Ivana, when they had a divorce in their divorce papers, she mentioned how Trump kept a book of Hitler's quotes next to his bedside.
Who exactly said that? Sorry.
His ex-wife, in the divorce papers.
So, okay. I mean, I could see, honestly, I could see both sides. I could see him doing that, but more likely, I think, if that's your ex, of course you're gonna slander the guy. I mean,
This was way back before he ran for president. It's like the 90s.
well, Trump has always been accused of things. I mean, honestly, it's one of the things that Americans see in him, his ability to bounce back.
From getting caught like with a fraudulent university, and from stealing from a children's cancer charity, or from bankrupting casinos.
See, you keep here's the thing. You keep bringing up a bunch of scandals. Specifically, I wanted to talk about his second term. I mean, obviously, you have a lot of facts when it comes to that, but I think that's more substantive than having a middle school debate about who said this, who did that, why, when, and how. I think it's just absurd, and it's very divisive. Even if
No, I think it's divisive to say them in the first place, bro. It's very divisive. When you are president, when you're a leader of a country, when you say things, you have to realize that the general public, there's going to be everyone, like every type of person across the spectrum is going to hear these things on repeat across the world, in and out of their social media feed, they're gonna hear these things. And when you say things like, I don't know, maybe inject disinfectant, there's going to be at least one person that tries it, and I think they did. Or there's going to be one person that interprets poisoning the blood of our country as, hey, this guy loves Hitler. There's going to be a lot of people. So that's why Trump's bombastic, crazy, inflammatory shit is both his best friend and his worst enemy. It gets him on the news all day, every day. It gets him on the media outlets every day, all day. That's what it was meant to do. And for you to be like, oh, why do y'all complain about it all the time? He's doing it on purpose, dude.
All right, sure, I can accept that. But you know, I could deflect on the Democrats and say, oh, they encourage people to fight in the streets, this, and that. But no,
Fight like hell.
We
Pardoning January Sixers.
how about pardoning Fauci?
And what did Fauci do?
I mean, obviously, he hasn't been charged with a crime, but there's many
Yeah.
allegations.
So this is the
of him
sign. This is a
torturing people.
This is a tenet of fascism, right? So what they do is they give you a common enemy. You don't even know the crimes they've committed, but you're ready to investigate them and find something. But when it comes to Trump, we say, hey, Trump committed these crimes. Let's investigate these crimes. When Trump, what he's doing to y'all is he's saying, look at all these evil people. We're going to find crimes that they did. That's why Biden did those blanket pardons.
I know one thing for sure. Hunter Biden did do some illegal business dealings with.
But you're not sure what kind?
China.
That's not even true. He did business with a person who is Chinese. he did business with a person who is and Hunter Biden also legitimately held a job with Burisma in Ukraine because he is a lawyer. And he was also a consultant for Amtrak. He was qualified for that job.
But okay, sure, all right. Maybe those specific allegations are exaggerated, but honestly, there's no requirement of a blanket pardon. Trump didn't prosecute Hillary after
Kash Patel, the podcaster who is the FBI, the head of the FBI, Kash Patel, literally ran a podcast with literally a hit list, like a laundry list of politicians who he was going to use the justice system to destroy.
Are any of them in court right now?
No, they're all pardoned.
No, they're not. Right. Well, actually, yeah, sure. But again, the point I'm trying to prove is that Trump, he says a lot of things, but is he going to actually prosecute them? No, he doesn't.
We don't know. We have no idea. We don't know. He's literally the only president to have signed a executive order to go after his political enemies. He's even signed executive orders to punish law firms who have represented his political enemies.
Which law firms?
The one that was representing Jack Smith. And then when someone came to sue on their behalf, he fucking did the same thing against them, removed their access to federal buildings, completely fucked them. Freedom of speech gone.
Does he not have the right to do that as U.S. president? I mean,
if you want a president to be able to attack you for freedom of speech, I guess if you like that, it's all you, bud.
It's not freedom of speech.
Absolutely,
it's not freedom of speech. The whole Democratic apparatus, media apparatus, has
law
they've
firms
done numerous cover-ups, including the Russiagate hoax, which has now been debunked officially.
It's not even true. It's not even true. I can't believe you guys are buying into this. They are recycling Russiagate to distract you from Epstein, bro. Literally, this is the Mueller report. The Mueller report. There was 37 indictments came out of that. Mueller was a fucking Republican, bro. He was a Republican, and 37 indictments came out of that, including some of Trump's inner circle who he fucking pardoned, bro. There's no walking back on this. For him to think y'all are this stupid is insane. You can just read the Mueller report, bro. ChatGPT, how many indictments? Who was indicted in the Mueller report?
Buddy, obviously it is a distraction from Epstein, but the Epstein files itself, it's a distraction from, I mean, arguably, a lot of the great things that Trump is doing in his term, including immigration, reform, for
Immigration,
example. And
he's kidnapping people from birthday parties and sending them to prison for the rest of their lives with no due process.
kidnapping is illegal, but okay. You're telling me that that kidnapping is not the right word. You're talking about Trump as inflammatory. That's a total.
It's literally kidnapping when
hyperbolic
even if
statement.
you're using the arm of the federal government to do it. If there's no due process, I'm going to call it kidnapping.
They are using administrative warrants for most, if not all, of these cases.
Yeah, again, people like Kilmore Abrego Garcia or the 260 people that they flew to CCOT had no fucking due process whatsoever, and they're in prison for the rest of their lives. For the rest of their lives.
Did they come in the country with due process? Did they, or did they cross the border
That does
without
not
being?
that does not waive your due process.
I mean, of course it does. They're
No,
not
it does
American
not.
citizens. They're not American citizens.
Okay, the Fifth Amendment says that all persons, not U.S. citizens, that all persons on U.S. soil get due process.
And when was that written? That was written in 1868.
And you guys are constant, and so was the Second
slavery
Amendment, right?
Second Amendment was written early in the country's history. What do you?
So if you're gonna say if laws are old and we shouldn't follow them, yours is older.
I'm not saying that. Trump is essentially reinterpreting the Fifth Amendment because its original purpose was for the children of
Trump himself gets to reinterpret the Second Amendment.
It's for the children of African American slaves. I mean, come on, it's not.
So
it's clearly
you're
an
advocating for
abuse.
one person to be able to change the Constitution.
One person. Again, he's not necessarily changing it either.
He's literally writing executive
loophole-
orders to change
loophole.
it. He's finding executive orders to change it. They just struck him down today, actually, saying his birthright citizenship executive order that went right against the 14th Amendment is no good. This man is trying to be a dictator. He is trying to overwrite the founding document of our country. Himself. One dude. With weird hair and who paints his face orange.
Okay, technically, he's trying to. Again, I would say he's reinterpreting it, trying to officially reinterpret it. He's not technically changing it because that would require a constitutional amendment, a new
No
constitutional
shit.
amendment.
No, guess what? The next president that comes in, we're going to reinterpret the Second Amendment. And we're going to say bear arms mean furry bear arms.
That makes no sense at all. I mean, there's no even historical context for that reinterpretation.
Hey, Biden's got to do it. He's allowed to do it, right?
Who said Biden's going to be in office in 2029?
I don't know. Whoever else. Pete Buttigieg is going to do it. Furry bear arms. Yeah. Big bear arms and claws. Big talons. You're going to get a set of those. No pew-pews.
Obviously, bear arms means human beings gathering weapons, specifically firearms.
Well,
But,
Biden,
honestly,
our next Democratic leader, we're going to interpret it some other way.
Right. But I mean, honestly, I'm not going to die on this hill of reinterpretation. But the point that Trump is, the point is that Trump, he is trying to change this because he thinks, and the majority of the country believes that these are common sense policies. For example, why would someone who's supposed to be a temporary visa holder in this country, why would they have a child?
If this is common sense,
if this is common sense,
we can just bring it to a vote with the states, right? 2/3 of the states. If it's common sense, we can just do that, right? That's how you do that. You don't just write on a piece of paper what you think it should be, right?
I mean, hmm, I would concede to that, but this is a very very you know what? All right, that's fine. He should do that. He
Yeah,
should do that.
but he's not. He's trying to act
So
like a dictator.
no, he should do that. But the fact that he isn't doing that, I don't believe is proof enough that he's a dictator. He has the support of the people, mind you. I mean, let's
Yeah,
be honest.
that's what they all say. He won with like a 1.7% margin. What's up, Johnny?
Hi there, I'm a Trump. Oh, this is my main account. Oh,
Yeah, obviously, but he got the most popular votes of any Republican candidate in American history.
Which is
So,
sad because we
yeah.
had the popular vote for 30 years straight, and we didn't try to do things that were unconstitutional.
hey, he won the popular vote, and it was still less than Biden. So no matter what, he'll always be one step under Biden.
Trump, one of the big reasons Trump won in 2016 is because Obama's executive orders were seen as unconstitutional and authoritarian.
Yeah, I'm sure they have a different
it's
view of
funny
that
because
now
they
that
have.
Trump's in office. Trump's literally like talked about suspending habeas corpus. He's talked about editing the Constitution. We should do away with laws, even those found in the Constitution. I mean, he's consolidated so much power. He just had the Supreme Court give him presidential immunity. They gave him extra powers to. They took away the federal judges' rights to do a national injunction.
Right. Does that not apply to any other president, or does that just apply to him? I mean, that doesn't sound all too dictatorial.
Whoever we're like, if we ever manage to get back into the presidency, sure. But it seems like Trump is doing a lot of stuff. He's gearing up to do a lot of stuff. He's already gearing up to fuck around with elections, right? He's threatening California if they don't do X, Y, and Z with their voter stuff. We're not going to send them aid. He's also just demanded he's just subpoenaed a bunch of municipalities for their voting stuff
in presidential elections and not statewide.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're getting ready to do a bunch of crazy shit.
Sure. Again, assumptions and fear mongering. One of the reasons the Democrats lost in 2024. But I mean, are you seriously talking about voter fraud? I mean, this same party again is defending a former president, first black president, who again tried to essentially steal the election. He didn't technically steal it in 2016, but he tried to claim that there was Russian interference. When again,
There was. There's no way to dispute this. There absolutely was, dude. For you guys to not be, you guys don't remember this. There was a company called Cambridge and Analytica, and they, in tandem with Russia, affected our election by targeting swing state voters on Facebook with ads. They did this, and it absolutely did affect our election. All of our 17 different intelligence agencies all agree on this. And somehow Trump and his loony fucking people know better.
Those same 17 agencies, according to new documents that were from Obama's presidential daily briefings during his final year, year in office, 2016, technically. But again, what was I saying? Essentially, those agencies, they found that again, there was no credible. This is in December 7th of 2016. There was no credible evidence of Russian interference in that election. Again, this is under Obama.
We found it later.
Found it later.
Yes, the Mueller report and the investigation, they sold that to Hillary Clinton after they lost the election. They sold it to her, and she was using it. But it was standard issue op research, or like a dossier. So like if you're a Republican, you're running for office, you do opposition research. So like even people that are Republican, you find dirt on them and you find ways to smear them. And that's what Republicans did to Trump, and Hillary bought that dossier after they lost the primaries.
And that dossier was, again, that was from a private email server. It was all, again, used to perpetuate this hoax.
Yeah. Someone says the Senate hearings showed the Russian ads that the Russian bot farms put out. There's literally indictments. People got fucking caught red-handed. Here's the list of indictments and prosecutions that came after, as well as the pardons that Trump gave. We have fucking Paul Manafort, campaign chair, bank tax fraud, conspiracy, FARA violations. You know what that is? Federal agent, foreign agent registration. Convicted, sentenced, pardoned by Trump. Paul Manafort. Rick Gates, Manafort's deputy, pled guilty to conspiracy, 45 days in jail, and he cooperated. Michael Flynn, national security advisor, lied to the FBI, pled guilty, later pardoned by fucking Trump. George Papadopoulos, campaign advisor, lied to FBI, served 12 days in prison. Roger Stone, obstruction, lying to Congress, witness tampering, convicted, sentence, commuted by fucking Trump. Guess what? All of these people are still Trump's best buds. Michael Cohen, not his best bud anymore. Tax fraud, campaign finance violations, lying to Congress, 3 years in prison. I think he served 1.5 years. Alex Van der Zwaan, lawyer for Gates and Kilmanick, lied to Mueller, 30 days in prison. Why are these people all lying and going to jail if there's nothing to find?
I mean, obviously that sounds definitive, but I would argue that there is in fact nothing to find, because there's been so much. Obviously, at that point, what was this? In 2020, this report was made. There'd been a years-long,
they pled guilty.
Scandal with Trump. Yes. So of course they wouldn't want, any. I'm not going to say more dirt on him. They wouldn't, want this to continue. For being honest, especially if they're such close allies with him.
I don't get how any of this makes sense. No. Literally, there were things that got people in prison, and Trump pardoned them. If your colleague lied to the FBI, wouldn't you like ditch that person? Wouldn't you be like, yeah, that's not good. I'm on the up and up. Instead, he's coddling those people. Those are his favorite people.
Right. So I mean, honestly, he probably doesn't even care. If the Democrats would do the same thing. They're loyal to you. You wouldn't really care what.
Nobody's had a crony like corruption ring of felons like Trump. Name one person in Biden's administration that was a felon, or Obama's, or anybody's. Trump's literally just got a gang of goons, like the mafia, with like all this gold-plated shit in the Oval Office.
Yeah, brother, I don't know about all that, but I'll tell you what. I stand with my Lord and Savior, Donald Trump.
All right.
Amen.
Sure.
Amen.
Oh man.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. It was absolutely found. 17 different intelligence agencies did agree that they did interfere in the 2016 election. May not have been to the degree where it was like mass, mass change or whatever in outcomes, but it absolutely did. They did interfere in the election, and like there's indictments and court hearings to prove it. There's no debating this. For Trump to bring this up, it's like news for stupid people.
Trump didn't bring this up directly. This was Tulsi Gabbard, the director of national intelligence.
She has no idea who Trump is. She doesn't act at his direction at all.
Yeah, I voted for Tulsi Gabbard back in
You're really trying to put people, trying to really put me in a box here. I mean, first of all, those people in his administration that he pardoned, I mean, I'm not here to defend him. I'm defending them. I'm here to defend him. And Tulsi Gabbard, obviously, she takes orders from Trump, but again, it's her who's in charge of national intelligence. Of course,
which is
she
terrifying.
would have the
She's like widely known for being a Russian asset. She's like widely known for being a weird foreign asset. It's for her to be over intelligence agency is the fucking craziest thing I've ever heard of.
I think it's also important to point out the outright storyline and how poetically odd it is to have an individual to which identifies with.
Explain
Girl, what?
how Russia's interference didn't affect the outcome of the 2020 election.
Explain how they didn't?
Trump lost that election.
Okay.
Are we just going to skim over the part that Tulsi Gabbard just flips between which side she wants to stand on based on who's in power? Like, we're really going to act like that lady ain't a spy?
If that were somehow...
Oh.
Huh?
I don't know. I guess he accidentally hung up. By the way, Johnny, they can't hear you when you're on the phone. When they're
oh, man, I really thought I was roasting his rear end. Did he even hear me making fun of him?
But
dang.
I can turn off the phone now. We have guests in the box. How are you doing, bub?
Dude, you know, I'm alive. And that's, I mean, that's something that Hulk, never mind. I'm good. How are you?
Tulsi's a registered foreign agent for Russia. I haven't heard that. That's crazy. I almost believe it though. Hello, are you a Trump supporter?
Not really. I'm just kind of here.
Oh, okay. That's not weird. Hello? Hello? Chef? Senor?
Man, I was really hoping he was going to cook.
Almost at 150K. Holy cow, chat. Thank you so much. Yellow?
Hello? Honestly, I just had a question. I am a Trump supporter, but I want to know why you don't like Trump.
You are not over 18.
Fetus deletus! That's a little spell I learned at Hogwarts.
Damn it, I lost my wand.
Oh man, you got a wand?
Gee dang it. Yes, I have a fucking Hogwarts wand from Universal Studios. Oh well. Chat, if you're a Trump supporter and you want to debate, hop in the box. Come tell us why you like Trump. Johnny, what are you getting into this weekend?
Dude, well, tomorrow I'm going to be sitting down with a couple members of Congress to talk about the you-know-what and you-know-who and the potential release of the you-know-whats. So going to sit down and talk to them and, you know, kind of figure out what's going on.
This is me putting my hair by my ear.
Wow. Say so much hair, I can tell. I mean, it's just really, I mean, I don't know how you do that, Rapunzel. It's just, how do you do that?
Takes patience.
It's crazy work, man.
Yeah. Tail and mane.
What you got going on?
I might do the same thing I do every day, which is literally nothing. Just
so
stream.
Good.
Just stream, watch
That's
anime.
something.
I don't know. Eat pizza.
Yeah. No, but see, doing nothing is still something, right?
Papa John's.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Here I am.
Yeah, here you are.
Yeah, rocking like a hurricane.
How you, how you, Fuzz?
Good. How you guys doing?
You know, we're alive.
I'm just chilling.
You guys are alive? I think all three of us are alive now.
Look at Look at that.
Well, we all three could go live and do a battle.
Um,
Now you're talking naughty.
I was gonna say, I just Fuzz. Maybe I think we gotta plan something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Really,
Just because
you always do, because you just interrupt lives and do it all the time. But okay.
Well, that's what I do in the mornings, but at night I'm chill Johnny until around 8 o'clock, and then I become Johnny after dark, and I'm totally a different individual. But like,
Dude, it's not even 8 o'clock for you right now.
Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. Pickles and I need time to really get ready because we just can't take you on, Fuzzard. Like you're too much, you know?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I get it. So do you, Johnny, while you're out there, have you been like hitting the clubs or anything? Are you doing the club scene? What's going on?
I'm not really a clubber as much as I am a hide in the under the staircase reading a book and then exiting said staircase when necessary only. I used to club and then I was like, wow, there's a lot of people here and a lot of people touching me here, and no matter how much
Who
I
are
drink,
these
there's just
people
not
in
enough
here?
drinks to I just there's nothing better than being in a hot sweaty room with a bunch of people touching you. Ugh. Ew. Gotta
Yeah, I
get
feel you on that.
tested every time I go to one of the ugh.
That's why I paid $5 to get through the door, was people sweaty and touching me.
Oh, that's just great.
You guys see the South Park?
I haven't yet. I will catch up on it, but I think we got a debate. Jacob, are you a Trump supporter?
Absolutely.
All right, we're gonna do a debate. Fuzzer, go on, get. Oh shit! I kicked the guest too.
What?
Son of a mother's love.
Jacob, come back.
Guys, who's
Come
ready for
back.
1,000% lower drug costs? Guys, Trump's he's a big brainer. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, are you ready for those 1,000% drug price reductions?
I'm not familiar with what you're talking about.
Oh, he's going to reduce drug prices by 1,000%.
Is that what he said?
That's what he said, dude.
Okay, well, we know Trump jokes sometimes. You don't gotta take everything so serious, Pickles, geez.
Yeah, Pickles. Like when he said he was going to deliver the ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine. That was a joke, Pickles. Come on.
He wasn't joking. I don't know. It sounds like a cope. He wasn't joking. He was serious as a heart attack. He was talking about lowering drug prices tremendously, not just 100%, not 200, but 1,000%.
Okay, and you were in his brain, and you somehow know for sure that he wasn't joking.
I don't think nobody laughed. You just think it was a joke?
I don't even know what you're talking about, but he jokes, obviously saying something like that. He might have been joking. I mean, the dude's not dumb. Let's not act like he's stupid.
Yeah, yeah, man. You think that he's he's got a 37% approval rating. Obviously, he's smart, man. Come on.
No, if they're think about it, Johnny. If they were to redo the election,
No, Jacob, I'm with you. Pickles, you're wrong. I mean, how could he have a 30% approval rating if he's not an amazing president? Come on, man.
Johnny, think about it. If they were to redo the election right now, he'd still win.
Yeah, with that 37% approval rating, I agree.
No,
Phenomenal,
he would still win.
He would absolutely
Heck yeah,
not win.
brother.
He would absolutely not win. He won by 1.7%. You don't think I've literally had lifetime MAGA. I had right corner in my live the other day telling me he no longer supports Trump.
Okay, you guys were saying the same thing before he got elected, that he had no chance at winning.
And then Elon came in and bought it.
Excuse me, that 37% approval rating, that's winning material, okay? Let's just recognize that's like the greatest approval rating I've ever seen for a president. Ever. In history. Since they started doing approval rating.
Shaman
Really
guy
good.
from J6 no longer supports him. No way. Shaman man?
Dang, all it took was putting him into a prison. Oh, by the way, George Santos is, I think, in prison starting today.
Oh.
Yep.
Hello.
Sorry, I'm adding stuff to my Amazon cart.
Ooh, what you getting?
Teeth whitening strips and I need laundry pods.
Wow, look at you looking pretty for the camera.
You got 700 people watching. You don't even debate. You just fuck around on your phone buying shit.
Hey,
At least Johnny actually debates people where he just trolls the whole time and says, "Thank you, Kate, for the $5. Thank you, Johnny, for the $5. Thank you, Rick, for the $5." Like, none of you guys debate people, bro. That one dude, Seth, is the only people that debates. Seth is the only one that will debate people, bro.
Okay. All right. That was a lot, and sometimes tantrums come and go. We just want to do our deep breaths. Let's all do it. Ready? All right, not all of us, just Jacob. Jacob, ready? Take a deep breath. Okay? Breathe in. And Jacob, everybody else can breathe out, but Jacob, you just keep breathing in. Jacob, I know you're going to want to stop breathing in. You just keep breathing in. Jacob, keep breathing in. I know you probably think it's time to breathe out. It's not, Jacob. Just keep breathing in. Jacob, just keep breathing in. Breathe in. Continue breathing in. Okay? Jacob, I'll let you know when you breathe out.
Like, I don't know how people watch Johnny.
Jacob, it sounds like you breathed out.
Just troll
Fine,
people.
I guess you're just going to breathe out. Breathe out then. It's not really much of a long breath.
Do you not, Johnny? You just troll people, bro. Like, how do people watch? Just sit there for hours watching?
Oh, please. You call it trolling. I call it Italian.
Thanking ghosts that don't even exist about sending you money. No one's sending you that much money, bro.
I've battled Johnny quite a few times. He's got some supporters.
My community, it was ranked as one of the most united communities on TikTok, and we ranked number 20 in the world. So I don't mean to brag, but
Goodness.
we are that good.
Wow.
I know, right?
Goodness. Barking up the wrong tree there.
I know.
Yeah.
We are a united bunch. A lot of us are Italians, so I really think that's what it is, you know? Got a lot of Italians and Romanians, and we an aggressive bunch. A lot of New Yorkers, too.
Trish, thank you. Thank you for the $10 troll money. Thank you. Donation in Jacob's name. Thank you so much, Meredith. Thank you so much, guys. Guys, be sure to do not donate to my Cash App or Venmo or PayPal if you care about Jacob's feelings. And Jacob, have you tried praying about this?
Hello?
Have you tried praying about this?
So you're supporting Jeff Bezos with your Amazon order?
Have you prayed about that too?
Are we gonna talk about some real shit, Pickles?
Yeah, what do you like about Trump?
What's that?
What do you like about Trump?
A lot of things.
Okay, give us something to work with here, bud.
Okay, let's see. People actually are starting to care about their country now. No tax on overtime, no tax on tips, getting rid of all the illegals out of here. Let's see.
Getting rid of all the illegals.
I have a question for Jacob. Jacob, first, just to add a little bit of context, no tax on tips, policy to which Bernie Sanders wrote on and to which Donald Trump adopted, is also a policy introduced and passed unanimously by Democratic Senator Jackie Rosen of the state of Nevada. So let's make sure we're not taking credit for a woman's work, and let's also make sure we're not taking credit for a Democrat's work. But follow-up
so
question.
Why wasn't it done?
No tax on overtime. Can you tell me, in relation to no tax on overtime, can you tell me how much, are you going to benefit from no tax on overtime, or?
I am, and I'm not going to get into personal details.
Well, no. I mean, listen, personal details are so great when we're talking about tax deductions, because that's kind of important when you're going to speak on a tax deduction. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and assuming that you do benefit from the tax deduction, you shouldn't have a problem answering these. How much money do you make? It's not an anecdotal as much as it is math. How much do you make a year, and how much overtime do you work per week? Because we're going to figure out how much you're going to get back in accordance to this deduction. Go ahead.
Johnny, we'll do a mock one, okay? We'll do a.
I mean, you could pretty much just give me what you make, and then we could go from there.
Well, how about not, Johnny? Do you understand me? Okay.
I guess if you're sensitive.
We don't do anecdotals in a debate.
All right.
Okay?
So you give me how much this individual makes per year, and how many hours this individual works of overtime per week. Go ahead.
It's your first time debating because you just troll the whole time. You know what I mean?
Are you going to respond or not?
That's how it works. Is you don't do anecdotals in a debate.
Jacob, just give me the numbers.
Say it again.
Dude,
what do you want?
First, how much do you make a year?
I'm not
Okay,
giving
Jacob,
out my
then make up a
information
number, Jacob,
online. All
that's
these
similar to it. Jacob, then
liberal
make up a number that's
lunatics that
similar
are
to it.
watching this are gonna
Jacob,
look up my shit.
Jacob,
Okay?
Jacob, then give me a number. Just any number of how much this individual makes per year that's reasonable that you would make too. Go ahead.
$100,000 a year.
You're making $100,000 a year?
Wait, you saying on overtime or just overall?
No, in overall, how much are you making a year? You say 100,000?
Overtime included or not?
No, Jacob.
Not overtime included?
No, Jacob, not included. Why would that be included?
85.
Okay, so $85,000 a year, and how many hours of overtime per week are you doing?
10.
Okay. Let me type this in one moment.
Look at this. Look at this. We've got a whole workshop going. Already gets
All right.
0.
Un momento, por favor. do 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 do.
Slacker.
Okay.
50 hours a week.
Obviously, so we know that the deduction cap is $12,500. That's of overtime pay that could be deducted from the federal taxable income for single filers. So obviously, you're going to be reaching that max amount. In total, let's see. So you're going to take that, multiply 29.72. That's 44.58 per hour. 520 hours, 23,181.60 annually. Okay. Tax deduction, so that's 7,727 per day. Break that down. Okay, maximum. So if you were doing this, now this is accurate 100%, assuming that you have the 22% marginal tax rate, and you're doing 85,000 per year, with 10,000 of overtime per week, you're probably getting about like $5 back per day. So I'm glad that you sold out the country for $5 a day. That's great. Chat, if you want to support Pickles, Pickles won't sell you out for $5 a day, but you could drop $5 in his Venmo.
That's a nice coffee every day, so.
Wow. I mean, yeah, throwing away a woman's right to choose and the Medicaid grandma, Little Timmy's pediatric cancer research for $5 a day. Who knew? Again, chat, if you want to support somebody who's not going to sell you out for $5 a day, feel free to put $5 in to Pickles Venmo.
Can they get a job and not just get all these handouts, Johnny?
Dude, do you understand that Republican states rely most on those handouts? Like Louisiana, West Virginia, and Oklahoma, 3 states that went for Trump, are 3 states that rely most on food stamps. Did you not know that?
You guys want some handouts all the time, bro. Get
It's not
to work.
you guys. Actually, it's you guys. It's your states that rely most on those
Nobody
handouts.
likes to work, Johnny. You just gotta fucking do it. You know what I mean? It's
Buddy,
like,
hey, you're preaching to the choir. You're criticizing your own states right now.
Why are Republicans always obsessed with people's workforce participation? Like, like literally, they don't even know what unemployment numbers are, and they're just like, everybody needs to work. Like, dude, we have unemployment numbers are fine. What do you? I mean, why are you guys so obsessed with that? It's so weird.
It's also like odd because they don't like point out what's so important here is that any tax deduction to which they're receiving, for example, the $5 back per day in accordance to the $85,000 per year and 10 hours of overtime per week, is effectively redundant when you consider the fact that costs are up, right? Inflation's up by 0.3%, costs in food are up by 3%, and electricity costs are up by 30% in states like Pennsylvania. So I don't necessarily understand why they're celebrating getting a couple dollars back when hundreds are pulled out of pocket. It's like, wow, thank you, Trump, for feeding me dirt.
you know what your guys' logic was when Trump was doing great in his first term?
Mathematics that debunked the claim he was doing great.
Yeah, it was all because of the previous administration. So now with the inflation up and all this other stuff, how about we blame the previous administration, Johnny?
That doesn't make any sense.
He just got in office.
That makes
Give the
zero
dude
sense.
some time to get to work.
He is the House,
okay?
the Senate, the presidency, the Supreme Court, and 6 months in office. You're telling me that costs still need to go up? What exactly would he do differently later that he can't do now, other than lose the House for it to become even more harder?
Give the dude some time, okay?
Wait, no, but like,
when things
okay,
were going great
Jacob,
in the first
Jacob,
term, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Jacob,
you guys
no,
just
but like Jacob,
spin it,
consider what you
whatever.
just said. Jacob, you just told us, hey, we need to give Donald Trump more time. With more time, he has less power. Like, he will inevitably lose the House. So wouldn't it be easier for him to, I don't know, lower costs today while he has the House, Senate, presidency, Supreme Court, and 100 days in office instead of after he loses the House?
Yeah, it's not going to be overnight, Johnny. It's not going to be overnight.
Well, can it
okay?
be before the midterms? Because he's going to lose the House.
Yeah, we don't know that, okay? So,
Dude, we know that. That's really not debatable.
Put a bet on it, just like you guys knew that Trump was going to lose the election. Okay, I came on all these different TikToks. They thought Trump was going to lose in a landslide. I'm sure you probably said the same
Buddy,
thing.
no. Strategically speaking, in the background of the history in regards to congressional midterm races, yeah, he's going to lose. He's the incumbent president. He's losing it, and it's already so slim of a margin. He's losing it. His approval rating is 37%. Do you understand that? That's not a win. He's going to lose the House. That's not debatable. I'm not complicit. I'm not complacent. I'm just pointing out the obvious. Okay, Biden lost the. They all lose it.
Kalshi. You know what Kalshi is? You can go on there. You can actually bet on politics. You put all your money on it if you think that's going to happen.
Wow. Or instead of doing that, maybe I could just, I don't know, vote for people who aren't going to cut the Medicaid of Grandma Susie or the pediatric cancer research of little Timmy. Oh, and he got gagged.
Gagged?
America first, but we're going to rip away food stamps from people. We're going to take 12 million people off of their health care. We're going to let 11,000 people die in the process. We're going to destroy the economy with tariffs. America first.
Oh, and guess what else he was able to do?
Fall down a staircase. Air Force One. Everybody see that video? That was pretty cool.
No more transgender people in the Olympics.
No more what?
Transgender people in the Olympics. That's a big one.
Can you name one who was?
You kidding me?
Can you name one who was? Yeah, go ahead.
Stop.
Okay, so the answer was no. So this was such a big issue, but
you know exactly who. Okay?
So just to confirm, this was such a big issue, but you can't name a single one of them.
No, you know exactly who. Okay.
Who? Name
broke
one.
The news. It broke the news. Okay.
Tell me who.
But
name
now,
one.
more and more people are.
Can you name one? Just name one.
Right? And in
just
sports,
name one.
Okay?
Just name one.
This would have
one.
never happened if Kamala
name
Harris
one.
was in office.
Name
it
one.
Never happened.
Name one. Can you name
now,
one? Any of them. Just name one of them.
Things that
just name one.
Things that don't do anything. Like literally, there were 10 people in the NCAA that were transgender, and you're like, thank God they can't play no sports no more.
And he can't even name any of them.
Yo, Pickles, are you high?
Why?
You look high.
His name is Pickles.
And Johnny, you've just been sitting there in silence, and this is your live, and Johnny just took over.
I didn't take over anything.
Sometimes I need a break. Sometimes Johnny comes
I'm
here
just
and takes care
You
of my
just
lightweights.
You're high as shit. Johnny's sober Sandy over there. Johnny, drink a beer or two.
Okay. Sorry, I said 1K, and I know that you Trump supporters prefer that letter and a pair of 3. My bad.
You said what?
Nothing. Said, how's your day going?
Oh my, man, this dude smelled. I knew this dude was high as shit.
It's just a vape.
Yeah, sure. THC in that bit. Yo, so what's going on? It was the worst thing Obama could have done was legalizing weed, bro. Fucking Obama.
Dude, I live in Texas where they almost did away with all weed adjacent products. Conservatives are fucking so far behind, dude.
You go downtown any big city now, and you gotta breathe that shit in all the time, okay? Because Obama's smart ass wanted to legalize that shit. Now look
He
at
didn't
us.
even legalize. What?
Yeah, it was his idea in the first place. Now
he didn't even do it.
All 50 states about to be legalized.
You're crying because the devil's. What are you fucking 2?
Yeah,
Who
I
wants
am.
to explain to him? But
And it's good.
Jacob, you know it's a statewide policy, right? Obama didn't do anything on the matter, right? It's a statewide policy.
He supported it, Johnny.
The presidents, for example, Biden as well, supported pardons on the matter, but it's a statewide policy to which it was legislated by a statewide level.
Biden would do that.
Dude,
Yeah,
what do you
pardon
actually have against
people?
The use of the green stuff?
It doesn't help society move forward.
What? Of course it does. You know how many fewer people partake in drinking, which is so much more harmful?
Yeah.
Hey, I've been 2 months sober. I've had all of 2 drinks in 2 months. Thank you.
I'm
Thank
16
you.
months sober from booze.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 18
Jesus
months.
Christ.
Sorry.
How do you do that?
I don't know.
That's a lot of months.
Yeah.
That's a lot of months. And
Uh,
Jacob is 2 months from staring
I,
inappropriately at his sister.
but yeah, I think that the green stuff is a fantastic alternative to getting wasted on alcohol, pouring booze over your brain, destroying your brain, irreversible brain damage, bro. I think it's a great alternative.
Okay. Okay.
We're all making
where's the
progress.
research for
Alcohol is like the most like detrimental thing you could do to your body. It's not even close. It's not even close. Like even worse than the rock stuff. Even worse, like it does worse stuff to your body than that.
Yeah, I used to eat crayons. That was pretty bad. I was younger. I was like 18. Or no, 19. My bad.
The MJ stuff, it might affect the memory center of some people's brains if you're developing, if you're like a teen. But that's it. Legalize it for people over 21. We're good. You know how much tax dollars states have made off of that, and how many?
is your brain developed when you're over 21, Pickles?
Over 25, I guess, would be that.
See, this dude doesn't even know what he's talking about. Okay, next.
I just proved to you that I do.
Listen, if you're going to advocate for, that legal drinking, then you got to recognize that the other products in which people partake in are definitely safer.
Otherwise, you're for the illegal.
When did I say that about drinking?
Are you good with drinking?
I think there needs to be less of it.
Wow, aren't you just fun at parties? People mustn't be inviting you to everything, huh?
I don't think bars should just give people drinks.
Yeah, you didn't have many friends in college, did you, bud?
Drive their cars home and shit, you know?
Jacob, how old are you?
Johnny, now you're getting a little personal, okay?
How old are you?
How old are you?
24.
Okay, you're 24, walking around saying, "Don't drink, don't do this, don't do that."
No,
Okay, you're no fun, dude. You ain't ever been to a party, have you?
Johnny,
You don't get invited out.
Johnny, if you're gonna do it in your dorm room or something like that, okay, but you don't drive your car, go to a bar.
Jacob,
drink.
Jacob. Nobody's advocating to do it in a car. What are you talking about?
Not in a car, obviously. In the bar, and then you get back in your car. These bars know damn well what they're doing. They don't care. You know, think
there
they
you
care?
go.
No.
There's another point for us. Okay, I think the green stuff is a lot safer. If you're on the green stuff, I don't suggest driving, but I think it is a lot safer than being hammered. A lot safer.
Why are they saying that's a hard 24?
I don't know.
I sound older?
Someone says I did something in a car. Chill, chat.
Nasty.
Do I sound older than that?
Huh?
Fuck, bro. Do I sound older than 24?
Maybe.
Dang, them cigars are getting to me.
All right, what else do you like about Trump, dude?
Let's see here. All the branches of the military are finally hitting their recruiting goals.
Yeah, and it's cool how he fired 7,000 veterans. Wasn't that just fun?
Hello?
It's almost like you would be like, Donald Trump, you shouldn't fire those veterans. But then he did it. And it's like, wow, you really made that decision to do that when you definitely shouldn't have. And I think that that's so quirky, you know?
Didn't he reduce the employees at the VA by like 80,000? And a third
give
of
or
those
take a
are
couple
veterans?
thousand.
And like a third of those are veterans. A third of all of the federal workers he's fired are veterans, which is in the hundreds of thousands.
Were they liberals?
If they're veterans, they're more likely to be Republican.
But hey, listen, when Donald Trump said he was, pro-veteran after dodging the draft 5 times, I was like, this is the man to really represent our veterans. And he's done such a good job at giving them, permanent vacations without pay. And I'm just so happy that they get that time off without pay because they really needed it, you know? And so that's really nice of him, I think. Really, he's doing good work for our vets. I'm really glad he gave them a permanent vacation without any payment. That's good.
Yeah, and you asking me if they're liberal, dude. That's where we're at with the country. Like, if you're for like firing people because they're liberal, this is the turning point where like I could say we're maybe a fascist country. You guys are for causing harm. Like Trump is withholding aid to certain states, whether they're blue or red. Like if you guys are
No,
if you
not.
guys are there, if you guys aren't actual like patriots and you love your fellow like citizens, I don't think you'd be for Trump.
I
No.
will
Let me
say,
give you an example. Let me give you an example real quick.
ooh, this
Okay.
will be good.
So I'm not like, yeah, not all liberals, but for example, I can remember he fired the lady that was in charge of the Coast Guard when he first got in because she was so focused on this DEI shit instead of like there was all these drugs coming across the fucking ocean and shit, and she was so worried about, you know, stuff that wasn't even, you know, didn't help the mission at all. So he said, you know what, you get your liberal lunatic ass out of here.
I think Trump is the one who's obsessed with DEI. I don't think like there's no negative consequences of DEI that anybody's pointed to that I can see. And it's just a new boogeyman in my opinion. Like to be against diversity, equity, and inclusion, it's a real hard stance to articulate, bro.
Yeah, and let's try that. Jacob, what's wrong with diversity?
Nothing wrong with it.
Oh, okay, wait. Okay, next question. What's wrong with equity?
Nothing wrong with it
Oh, what's wrong with inclusion? Like all those parties you weren't included to, clearly because you're really a bummer when it comes to, you know, partying. But anyway, go ahead. What's wrong with inclusion?
nothing wrong with it until you
Oh.
become so focused on it that you forget the mission.
Nobody's doing that.
Gotcha. And what branch do you serve in, Jacob?
Oh, save it, Johnny.
Oh, Jacob, you don't serve. Gotcha. So just to confirm, you and Captain Bone Spurs are going to run around telling people who should and shouldn't be serving because of what you believe is and isn't a qualification to serve, all the while you and Captain Bone Spurs don't serve. Okay.
Johnny, just save it.
Yeah, I'll just save it. Okay, let me just put that back in my lunchbox.
Love the sass. Yeah, I do think it's ridiculous that Captain Bone Spurs is deciding who can and can't serve. We have a person in our community that's served 13 years. They lost their job because they're transgender. Real good stuff.
They lost their what?
They lost their job, the military.
Because they were transgender?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
You can?
Correct.
Why?
Okay, well, you know, go volunteer, draft yourself. Like, I could sign you up right now. I have the paperwork out. I was already preparing for this. So, can we enlist you to replace them? Are you good with that?
What branch were you thinking?
I don't know. Whichever one's, which one's the most dangerous? Marines, right? Marines, like they're, right?
First
so
in,
we'll go
first
with
out.
Marines. There you go.
I don't
All
know
right,
if
Jacob,
I
Marines.
I don't know if my running's good for that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
already coming up with excuses.
Too many
Gotcha. Do you
cigars.
two have bone spurs? Are they hereditary?
No.
No. Okay. So, all
I
right. So
could
we
do
want
7
something
push-ups
with
in a minute.
less running. How about the Navy? You'll go on a boat.
I
You
could
think
do
I'm
7
kidding? I have the
push-ups in a
paperwork
minute.
pulled up, and I'm contacting a recruiter right now.
Okay. Navy? I don't want to sleep on a boat with all them other
Gotcha.
dudes.
More excuses, right? Naturally, because you know when you're in the Navy, you get to decide where you're going to sleep. Okay. So, I guess we're going with Army. How do I know that we're going to end going to Space Force? Right? We're going to end up on Space Force, aren't we?
Lots of Galaga in your future. Lots
Yep.
of Galaga.
Yo, Johnny, what about you? Instead of making all this money on TikTok,
Excuse me. I have a recruiter on the phone right now, and I think you think I'm kidding. His name is David, and I will give you his information, and I'm going to give him your information. I really think you think I'm kidding right now, but I'm not. So, like...
Yeah, you on the East Coast. Ain't no recruiter up at 11:30 p.m.
I know him, dude. Like, it's so. I'm just hold on a second. Hold on. All right, go ahead and give me the information. He's ready. Jacob,
Hi.
what's your email?
Oh. Eli, are you a liberal, dude?
Jacob, give me your email. Jacob, he's waiting for your email. What's your email? I'm gonna give it to him.
Let me hear what he has to say.
Jacob, are you pivoting? Give me the email so that I could give it over to David. We're gonna get you signed up.
You trying to dox me, bro?
No, I'm gonna get you enlisted.
Dude, it's crazy. This dude's trying to dox me.
You just said you were ready to go. Give me the email. We're gonna give it over.
I don't need you to do it for me, Johnny. I can walk my happy ass.
Yeah,
to
no, you're gonna do it yourself. I
right?
just need the email to give it over to David.
This dude's trying to dox me, Eli. Do you see that?
Okay, I guess I'll tell David to call back another time because apparently Jacob was bluffing.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's going on? I got
What's up, Eli?
I got some DMs asking me to come to your live. What's going on?
Yeah, he says that
Catch
he
me up.
doesn't think that trans people should be able to serve in the military.
Oh, okay. Why is that? Jacob?
What?
I said, why is that? Jacob?
Because it's a bad look. China looks at us and just fucking laughs at us when they see that.
Oh, okay. Weird. So yeah, my name's Eli. I'm 32 years old. I've been active duty for 13 years, and I'm trans. So, why would they laugh at us?
What's your job?
Well, I can't get too specific, but I'm a provider, medical provider. I get attached to units and deploy as their doc with them.
Really?
Yeah, really.
You're enlisted or officer?
What's with the 21 questions? Would you like to see my ribbon rack?
Sure.
All right. Actually, give me 1 second. I don't think I actually have it most up to date right now, but give me just one moment. Are you in the military?
What's with the 21 questions?
Oh, okay. So you can ask me, but I can't ask you.
Well, you're the one that came up here saying you was about to. Remember, they were texting you saying, "Yo, get up there, get up there." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Actually, this isn't completely up to date. I need to update some of those little oak leaf clusters. Got some additional ones, but yeah. So it's my ribbon rack.
Nice.
Yeah, it's missing a few. Anyways, yeah. So you can take me off the big screen now, Pickles. Yeah. Anyways, I can show you some more. I can show you some medals. I can show you some awards. I can show you a shitload of coins. Like I don't know what else you need from me. Anyways, so I've deployed to the Middle East. I have done a short tour in Korea, where I forwarded. Was in a fighter squadron attached to pilots. A couple of those pilots who are now in the Thunderbirds, who just before I was told I was going to get removed from the military, they asked if I would come be the doc for the Thunderbirds.
Okay, so
I've served in all over the place.
I'm
What's
confused
up?
because this dude Pickles just said his homie or something who's transgender just got kicked out of the military, but
Yeah,
somehow
so I'm on administrative leave right now. I started administrative leave 2.5 weeks ago, and my new date of separation is 29 August instead of getting to finish out the rest of my career. I'm losing my retirement. I don't get to finish my career and facing a whole slew of other things right now. Yeah,
So-
I'm actively being kicked out.
So how did that happen?
The administration came in. Donald Trump signed an executive order that said that people like me who have had a secret clearance for 13 years are suddenly threats to national security, that we don't have integrity, which is ironic because one of our core values, integrity first, service before self, excellence in all we do. Yeah, we don't have integrity. We can't be trusted, all that stuff. So, and then because of that, anyways, a few one of our core values,